So I'm in a Swift, which I now own. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of El Jefe's Chop Shop. This week I haven't done a whole lot, but I'm going to update you on a whole bunch of stuff. So first thing is I've cleaned the backyard up a fair bit. It doesn't look like it over there. So I had 3 cars parked in this corner over here. They've moved, so the Corolla and the Seal, Harley of course. So these two run. The Corolla I have to jump start, but the Seal starts fine. So that's fine, I can move these whenever I need to. Someone came around and bought all the aircon stuff off the Seal, which I'm not going to use in the other car anyway. So that's just a little bit more into the 30k challenge. And then I've moved all of this stuff off of the dirt, or the grass, or whatever you want to call it. So I've moved it all over there, all along here, and started stacking the parts away over there a bit. So I've still got to move the K20 stuff, which there isn't a lot of, so I'll probably do that in a minute. But just walking over here, so I've got the seats stacked up here, and we got the Chev chassis still, just a couple of sets of wheels, the IS300 stuff from one of the very first episodes, and we got some Corolla stuff, some more Corolla stuff, some Seal bits from M's car, pile of tail shafts, the rear cut my mate Aaron bought, got the Corolla panels, and we got a couple of bits and pieces you'll see later, hubcaps, all sorts. So K20, got the Lexus out the back, got the trailer still, and all of this stuff is all K30 stuff from when I wrecked the blue one and whatever came with the orange and the blue one. So I've also got the white Seal over here, so that doesn't run obviously, there's no engine. It rolls reasonably easy, so what I've done is just move that out of the way for now. So it's off of the dirt. So I'm doing all of this so I can get the yard landscaped or scraped back. So this weekend a bloke is bringing an excavator around and he's going to take 100mm off the backyard and flatten it all out for me. So this dirt is all kind of contaminated with the peppercorn stuff, so it grows reasonably well in winter, but summer it just dies because it is clay. So the plan is to take 100mm out and then build the shed along that back fence there, and then put a fence from this shed to that shed, so there'll be like a backyard. That'll be probably gravel or something along those lines, so I can put all the car stuff out there, and then this front section will be just a lawn and a nice backyard. So if we take 100mm out of the dirt, we can add in 100mm of topsoil and some lawn, so this will look heaps better and actually grow. Been sick for a couple of weeks, so I haven't filmed much. I've started to put in the council applications for a shed along this fence here. So it's going to be 1 metre off of this fence, 1 metre off of that fence, and it goes the whole way along to where those two meet there. So it comes out to about there. I'll walk to the corner of the shed now. So the new shed should go from this corner to where my feet are, which is 9 metres, so 1 metre off the fence and then 8 metres of shed, and then all the way over to the other fence where that little bit of string is, just there. So it'll be 18 by 8 if I get what I want, so that's what I've put into the council to try and get approved. I've crossed my fingers, but I'm not putting any money on it because I can see them arguing with it. So we may have to build a shed up this end, have a gap in the middle with the roof over, so like a carport, and then another shed, and just have one roof over the whole lot. So that's what I'll be doing shortly, trying to convince the council that that's a good idea. I've put in the application, I've put in all the builders permits and stuff, so I just need to wait to hear back from them. So I also need to clean up this section, so I'll move the pallets before the excavator gets here and move these 2 shed doors, and then I'll get him to scrape all that back and take all the plants out as well. So this will all end up gravel or bitumen ideally, or concrete ideally, but that's very expensive. And then I'm going to run a fence from the front of the shed, so square with the front of this shed, all the way across the backyard to about there sort of thing. There'll be a little bit of shed poking out of the new shed. And this side will be roller doors and junkyard, and this side will be all the lawn and a nice backyard. And we'll build a pergola and stuff and have a nice family house and stuff, and then car stuff behind me. So just got to keep cleaning up, got to get rid of all this stuff. But I have been selling a lot lately, so you might notice that there's an orange Corolla missing. So that's gone. And the VZ's also gone. I've swapped that for a Swift, so I've got a Suzuki Swift for that. and I've been driving that as well. So heaps of parts. If you need anything, let me know. Alright, so here's the lineup. We've got Em's car, which has currently blown the alternator, or cooked the alternator. So she got home the other night and it smelled of a really bad burning electrical smell. So we swapped the battery out and it was pretty much dead. Had the little light on the top, so that's told me the battery was knackered. So pulled that out, grabbed a new one, and while I was at the shop I got him to test to see if the alternator was working or not. I don't have a multimeter at the moment. So he said, I think your alternator's knackered, battery's fine, like the new battery is fine, but the alternator seems dead. So we just called the RAA, got them to check it, just in case. It could have been like a fuse or a wire or a lead, or who knows. It's too new for me, but it seems like it's the alternator. So we're going to order one of those in the next day or so, but I'll be working flat out, so trying to get to it right there. So it's not too bad, hopefully, but we just got to get the part. So that's what the IS looks like without all the plastics on it. So that's a job for later this week. Probably next episode you'll see that. Then we got the VN. So Ronnie gave me some hubcaps. Shout out to Ronnie, looks heaps better. So this is for sale for $3,200. Pretty much wants $3,000 for it. That's what it owes me. It probably owes me a bit more than 3. I haven't fallen in love with this thing yet, so it is for sale. If it doesn't sell for what I'm asking, I'll just keep driving it. It doesn't bother me at all. It's actually quite a good little daily rig. I've towed the trailer with it a bit, and you can fit fair bit of stuff in the back. So it is a good car. Just yeah, not super in love with it. So if it goes, it goes. If it stays, it stays. I don't really mind. And then the Swift. So we swapped this for the VZ that I had a couple of weeks ago. So this has got 245,000 Ks on it. It's a manual. It's all country Ks, which, you know, country Ks, everyone says that. But this thing was driven 100 Ks to and from work every day. So the guy stacked up the Ks really quickly. He used to service it every 10,000 by himself and every 40,000 at the dealership. So it's reasonably tidy. The interior could use a good clean. I haven't got the keys on me at the moment. But it's a good little car, and it should be way easier to sell than that questionable timing chain VZ that I had. This thing's wicked on fuel and drives really well. One of the rear hub wheel bearings is pretty loud, so I may end up swapping that over if we keep this for the next couple of weeks. I'll grab some wheel bearings and do that in the back. But other than that, it's got no problems. Wicked little car. So, for sale, for sale, for sale. It's the IS 300. Probably end up selling one of these two, and then because M's car's out of action, I'll have to register the IS 300, but that's also fine. So that's where I'm at with the cars at the moment. Project wise, Emily's Sior is still number one, but I also got the Crown into the shed as well, so I might start tinkering with that once M's car's finished. So I'm in a Swift, which I now own. So we just swapped the VZ, just drove out. So now I've got a Swift. It's manual, it's got 240,000 Ks on it, and aircon works and everything. It's nice and light. So this should be a little bit easier to sell, so we'll see. But if I get stuck with it, at least it'll be a bit better to drive and a bit better on fuel. So something different for a little while. So we just got back with the Swift. It's got a little bit of paint peel or clear coat peel on this back corner here, but other than that, it's really good. It's got 245,000 Ks, but overall pretty tidy. Gave it a quick wash on the way home. So I'll take some photos of this in a minute and get it up for sale. Here's the RE1, which is the rally spec one, so it's got side skirts and these wheels and a few other little bits and pieces, but not much. And there's my neighbour's dog Bailey. Hi Bailey. So now on their way, someone to come and look at this car. So the plan was to fix this up and get it back on the road, but I'm trying to get rid of as much stuff as I can out the back. So if this guy wants it, he can buy it. I think he wants to turn it into a burnout car, which probably won't ever happen because that's always how it works. So we'll see how we go. Might end up keeping this, or he may buy it. We'll see. So the orange car's gone. Got 900 bucks for it. And then yesterday I started cleaning this up. So I'm getting a guy in to landscape all the backyard, or scrape it all back. So I just started moving the parts out the way. So we got most of the Corolla bits, some of the parts you guys haven't seen yet, which I'll show in a later episode, and then all the seats and stuff. And then I got the K20 off of the dirt as well, and then the quarter cut for Aaron, which he's paid for but hasn't picked up, so that's fine. A few more bits of stuff over there to clean up, and a bunch of stuff on the lawn still to clean up, and all this stuff, and a door, and a few other bits and pieces from the K20. So that's this week's plan, clean all this stuff up, and try and move these 3 cars onto the concrete, or at least move one of the 2 non-running ones. Well, the orange one probably will run if I need it to, but the blue thing runs. The white one I'll chuck on the concrete, and then when the guy comes to excavate, the dirt will be all clear, so that's pretty good. Making moves, getting there, but all takes time. So the main reason for all the parts being outside, crown's inside. So I got all my tools here, which makes it look a lot worse, but the shed's all cleaned up. Got the crown in here, got all the Daihatsu parts, and M's Daihatsu, so we can start working on that soon, and a few more tools. So a little bit more cleaning in here. Most of back there is all free now. It was full of Lexus parts from one of the first episodes. So a little bit more cleaning in here, and then this will be able to be actually used as a workshop, and a bit more cleaning outside, and I'll start advertising stuff properly. Try and get rid of some of this stuff before I buy anything else. Alright, so a 30k challenge update. This is the bookkeeping that I've been doing. So if you see anything that I've got on listed here that's not got a sell price or a profit price, let me know. I'll hook you up. So we've got a few pages now. Getting quite a few pages. Quite a few pages of stuff. So this is where we're up to. So I haven't updated the 30k challenge for a long time on the channel. I don't know when I last updated it. So we'll just start from about here, which is where the K70 would have got traded. So there's a whole bunch of stuff, as you can see. We're about $1,600 here. So fast forward through all of this stuff. This is painting the K70. So we're at about $150. And then we got aprons and cowl panels and headlights and all sorts of stuff. This is buying the K30 and the K55 and the towing. Then we got lower control arms that are sold, scrap runs, struts, superchargers, all sorts of stuff. Heaps of scrap runs. You can see I've stuffed up the counting here, but all of that. On to the next page, we got heaps of K20 stuff that I sold, heaps of K55 and 30 stuff. Another scrap run, the Sior AC that I was talking about before. Got rid of one of the K75 speeds for 190 bucks. So it adds up pretty quick because they're at 3.9 here. Sold the orange K30, 3.9. Then we got 2 4Ks, 2 autos. We've got a set of seats that my friend Ronnie gave me. Sold those for 120 bucks. He was just sick of dealing with them and didn't want to advertise them. We got a Momo Boss kit. We got pano surrounds. We got flares. Guy came and bought $550 worth of K55 stuff. So we're at $5,295 at the moment, which is crazy because you look at this and we've got the Swift, we've got the blue Sior, we've got the K55, we've got the white Sior, we've got the K20, and all of these parts still. Which, you know, everyone says, oh, the parts aren't worth any money and they look like crap in my backyard. But that's where I make all my money. I've not made much off of actual cars, but off of the parts is where I make all my money. If you look at that, 5.3, and you put this car and the white car together, call that $3,000. There's 8. Sell that for 2. There's 10. All the parts, call that another 2. There's 12 grand without even thinking about it, really. So it adds up pretty quick. So the goal is to get to 10 reasonably soon, or get to 8 to 10, and then try and buy something like reasonably big as one project, or one thing to part out, or one thing to flip. So I want to try and get rid of as much stuff as I can, and just save all my money up, and then buy one thing that's like reasonably good. But all the parts until then, just keep getting rid of whatever I can, sell whatever I can, keep advertising, and then buy one big item. Whether that be a car or a boat or whatever. It's definitely not going to be a boat. I don't like boats. So another thing I wanted to add this week is I've got a Facebook page, so El Jefe's Shop Shop on Facebook. So this will be where I post all the videos, all of the behind the scenes stuff, and you can message me on here or comment and leave a comment and all that sort of stuff. So got that one, and then also I've started another page, which is El Jefe's Auto Parts. So I think everyone on my Facebook's getting sick of me posting all my stuff for sale. So I've started this page as well. So if you can head over and like those two, that'd be great. And it'll help you keep up to date with what I'm doing and where I'm at.